Hello, this is Mary Gostelow again, and my message today is the story that kindness shares. Kindness is one of the reasons why people love Asian properties so much, because somehow those who work and run and are the servers in hotels and resorts in Asia, whether or not they're the traditional kind or modern, up to date boxes virtually, they have the people there, they have an inherent kindness and thoughtfulness. And that's why my new Nantucket pink hat has Be Kind on it. And I want to introduce you to Hazel. Yes, this is Hazel. She doesn't have any legs. She has one little trunk. And Hazel is a hazel tree. And I stayed at a lovely property, the Hari, that's Hari, in London. And the man who runs it, instead of calling himself general manager like so many people do in that particular role, calls himself chief mischief maker. But I think he could actually also be creative. So Andrew Coney, because he's the man, when I last went to stay with him 2 years ago now, sent me home with a little tiny tree in a recycled bag to go home and plant as part of his reforestation initiative. Well, I brought it home and we planted it in our garden here in the English countryside. And unfortunately, about a month later, I came down and one of our local inhabitants with 4 legs, known as a deer, had eaten Hazel in the middle of the night, and I was devastated. I love little Hazel. Hey, Hazel, what's happened to you? Well, somebody suggested that I put a cage over it. So, being kind to this poor little, pathetically denuded, naked tree, which was down to a little bit of wood, I bought a cage and put the cage over, and I watered it every night, and I spoke to it. I guess I sang some songs to it, poor little thing. That must have been enough to kill it off even further. And then winter came, and the winter months were not kind to it. And I left it for a couple of months after that. And then when I came back again and had a look at it, there it was. There was Hazel. And I felt that Hazel was thanking me for all my kindness. Look at the fascinating stories that there are in hotels. So thank you, Hari, for thinking of the planet. And thank you, Hazel, for surviving.